Derek Leung, Voyage Samurai is your ride in race 2 on Sunday afternoon. He's a really progressive horse and another nice win last time.
Yes, well, he did very good job every time, and he's straightforward horse. And this time up class and step up further, but still do the same, try to be handy.
What about his style of running, Derek? I mean, it's quite interesting that during all 3 of those races, form comments have read that he's kept on well. He sort of looks the horse that the further he goes, the better he is.
Yes, well, he just keeps staying on, like what you say, and so I think a mile is no problem for him, but the pace is going to be different because class 3, but I'm sure he's still very honest.
Do you think, though, with a horse like him, who does look progressive, I mean, he looks as if the step up in grade is going to come naturally to him. How much more do you think a horse like he has got to offer? I mean, he looks very progressive, doesn't he?
Yes, well, he tries very hard every time in the race, but like in the morning, he's still a bit lazy, he's still a bit look around, so I think he still have room to improve. He just keep improving.
He certainly does. I mean, you've got a nice draw as well in 5. He's had decent draws the whole way through, so I guess you can slot into a nice position from there.
Yeah, I think make my job a bit easier, and I think PM horse will be straightforward, so try to lead or sit second on him, so yeah.
He does look like a nice chance. I must ask you, Derek, about your rides in the big races as well. Quite a bit to look forward to this weekend. For you personally, of course, Victor the winner and Sword Point. I guess Victor the winner on the back of Japan. Nice run there. He's a Group 1 winner. You must be really looking forward to him.
Yes, well, very looking forward. And since he come back from Japan, he's getting better and better, the fitness. And we have a good draw, try to use him. And just keep going forward.
And I guess this weather as well, Derek, I mean, he won't mind a little bit of soft conditions underfoot, will he?
Yeah, I don't think they will be bother him. I think both he can handle dry, firm or wet. So if no one kill him in the middle stage, I think he will run very well.
And just finally, just a line on your horse in the Cup as well, Sword Point. I guess it's a competitive race, good race, but you think you've got maybe an each-way chance in that race? So if the horse runs to his best form, he could certainly run close?
Yeah. He have a nice draw, so should be just up in front, and then see what happens. And yeah, he proved him be one very honest in the early season, and now the form is getting better slightly, and so I hope he still won well.
Yeah, she's shaped pretty good. Not a drop of sweat on her on the journey, and can't really ask for much more. She's eating, sleeping and training nicely. Stepped foot on the turf for the first time this morning, and just a very natural filly. Come out here and she'll go on the grass again tomorrow, and we're all systems go. Nice to get a nice gate.
And I mean, she's obviously very talented. She's Group 1 place. She's won at stakes level. When was the plan hatched to bring her out here, George?
There's a bit of a plan to possibly go to Dubai, but she was a filly who did well through the spring last year, and I was actually just talking to Nick Luck earlier. She looks a very different physical now. Like even just the colour of her, she's wintered a lot better this year, and I think the last sort of 2 or 3 months it's kind of been on the plan. I wanted to run around a bend again, and it's either here or the Breeders' Cup at the end of the year, so she'll probably do both.
I was fortunate enough to chat to Emily Scott of Highclere Thoroughbreds earlier on this morning. Obviously, you and your Saffron House Stables team now become an integral part of Highclere. Obviously, you've trained a classic winner for them as well, so this would be great to get a result here for a team like them.
Yeah, look, they've been huge supporters of mine, from nearly when we started, and obviously we've had a Guineas winner for them and another few stakes winners. So, look, I'm not naive enough to think that it's a big task. She's taking on battle-hardened Asian sprinters and who are in form, and look, she's done everything that we've asked. She's ready to rock and roll, been away for a track gallop at home, and I couldn't be happy with her. So look, Highclere, big international syndicate, and for them to have a runner in Hong Kong, I'm pretty sure it's their first runner, is huge thrill for them. Shame Harry Herbert's not going to be out here. He's got a meeting back home, but I think there's 17, 18 of them out here, and great to be so well supported.
Francis Loy, we've just had the barrier draw for Champions Day. Your champion, Golden 60, is drawn in gate number 7. That's the widest draw he's ever had in this race. What are your first reactions to barrier 7?
Yeah, I think John 7 is okay, not inside, not outside.
Francis, obviously there's been so much chat about this horse always. I mean, he is an absolute superstar. He's had a bit of a setback. Just fill us in, how is the horse? I mean, we've seen his recent trials. He looks great. Are you happy with the way everything's gone?
Yeah, at the moment his condition is just in time. You know, he have 2 barrier trials already, and even we have a grass gallop this morning. After that, jockey Winston Ho, he's very happy with him.
In regards to sort of the way that you're training him now, Francis, I mean, he's an 8-year-old. Have you had to change anything with the horse, or has it just been sort of the same the whole way through?
We just do the same. Of course, you know, he's 8 years old, so we just look after him, and sometimes you have to be more careful on him, because he have the old problem. Sometimes he have information or something like that. You know.
Obviously, a lot of us this week, Francis, are monitoring the weather. I mean, it's been very wet here in Hong Kong, of course. Now, going through Golden 60s form, I mean, I know he got beaten a Gold Cup there on a softer track behind Russian Emperor. How big a concern is that for you and the team regarding the ground?
I think that's the main thing we have to worry about, because according to his record, he likes good going. So according to the weather report, maybe raining. So that's the main thing we worry.
Yeah, and I guess when you look at his running style, Francis, I mean, he's got that electric turn of foot, hasn't he, in the closing stages of a race. And I guess because of the better ground, that's what we see him to his best on.
Yeah, I think so. Better ground, he can have a good turn of foot. But soft ground, we don't know.
Francis, if we cast our memories back to December, obviously it was one of those days where you were happy to be here and tell people that you were here, and saw a magical performance from Golden 60 when winning at the international meeting. He's going for 4 in a row. It will be a new record should he win on Sunday. I mean, how do you put that into words? I know we aren't at race day just yet, but it's so exciting to think that he could win 4 in a row, isn't it?
Of course, you know, we just focus the local race, and you know, the past few years we have a lot of things happen in Hong Kong, even COVID and everything. So we just focus in Hong Kong. Of course, I like to see him win again.
Izzy Paul, assistant trainer to William Haggis. Great to see you. Great to chat. We've just had the barrier draw. Dubai Honour is drawn in gate number 9. What are your first reactions to where he's drawn?
It's obviously not ideal, but you know, it's Romantic Warriors in 10, so hopefully we've got that angle covered, and the rain keeps coming down, so that's kind of the thing we're most excited about.
How big a positive is that for your horses? You know, he's obviously got plenty of proven form on softer surfaces. Is that the factor that you're really banking on, that can bring out the best in him to go those couple of places better this time in?
Yeah, I think that, and also the fact, you know, he's coming here a lot fresher, which is definitely a benefit. He'd run 2 kind of big races in Australia before he came here last year, had travelled however many thousands of miles, so I think that side of it's definitely a big bonus as well.
You're very close to the horse. Obviously, this isn't your first trip here with him. Obviously, we've seen him at track work. He looks great. How is he feeling? I mean, the reports are that, you know, he's in pretty good form this year.
Yeah, no, he feels absolutely great. I had a bit of time off, sort of away from him, because I took a different horse down to Australia. But yeah, the guys at home have done a fabulous job as ever, and no, he's feeling in great form, looking in great form. So everything's positive.
He feels like he's come through the run well, but you know, this is our chance to see where he stacks up against the international horses. Yeah, on ratings he's well out of it, but he's at the start of his career here in Hong Kong, and the other horses have been around for a long time. They're established, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure he's in good order. Well, what he's done so far has been special for sure, and it was obviously a good performance in the Derby, but he's got everything ahead of him now. You know, that was against 4-year-olds, and now he's got to go against the older horses, and they know their job, and we know how good they are, so it's going to be a good test.
David, cracking meeting coming up on Sunday. Outside of the big races, of course, there's a really good undercard, and well, you're going to saddle Lucky Encounter again. Great to see him back to winning ways last time.
Yeah, it was quite a dominant win. 1400's probably the question which punters might say, but he's only had one go at it, and I think with the right tempo, he'll be really hard to pick up.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Obviously, he's won an only try over the trip. I mean, it was a very creditable run, and he wasn't beaten far at all.
No, behind good horses, and I think he's in a lot better shape now than what he was then. I think he's just in a rich vein of form, so hopefully he can negate the tricky gate from 8 or 9 he's drawn. So if he gets across nicely without working too hard, he'll be there for a long time.
Yeah, sadly, it's the latter in 9. Beat a good field last time, of course. That form looks as if it will stack up. It went forward last time. Is that probably the way to ride him, do you think, now?
I think at 1400 the tempo will be slower, so I'd be surprised if he wasn't in the first 3.
You've always had an opinion of this horse, David. I mean, they've put him up another £7 off to 89 rated, but do you think there's still a bit to work with?
I think he's 100 in disguise. So in the next 12 months, I think he'll get above 100 for sure.
I mean, he just has a sort of tidy way of doing things, doesn't he, really? I mean, visually, watching it last time out, he looked as if he is the horse that's going to continue to progress.
Well, yeah, if you look at a few of his wins, he's always very strong the last 100. He gets stronger as the straight goes on. So that's why I want to persist with the 1400. It just gives him a lot more options to race, so hopefully he'll get it.
Yeah, he looks a nice chance. I must ask you just about your runner in the sprint, Little Bros. We had the barrier draw, drew a good gate. All okay with him? I mean, it's an exciting runner to have, isn't it, really?
Yeah, look, it is. He's a Group 1 winner. He deserves to be in the race. He'll get a cosy run now from the barrier. I was really concerned about drawing a wide gate going in so deep, but we've taken the gamble to go deep. But because of the Jockey Club changing the way they handicap after these races, if you run a place, you can't jump really out of the class, so we thought it was worth a try.